Greg, as you know, dentistry is one of those industries where there's such a closeness between the product and service organizations and the dental team, right? Because they need what these companies have and what they can offer in an effort to be able to take patient care to the next level. And then you combine that with your conviction, which sounds like came about early on in your dental career. I love the foreshadowing moment of your son's situation that kind of will get us into the whole full arch piece. I think a lot of it is making sense, and we're only a couple minutes in this conversation. But all right, so as you progressed kind of through that, you saw some results there. You talk a little bit about Neodent. Move on from there and then start to frame out like when did you start to realize, okay, now I feel like I'm still kind of somewhat new in dentistry, but I've got the energy, I've got the passion, I'm excited about this connection between what the company can do for the dental practice and the team and the patients, where you were like, okay, I really want to do a lot here, and you started to kind of stack your skills and the like.
I appreciate that question because what we saw and traditionally, historically in implant dentistry, full arch dentistry, it's what I call the hub and spoke model, where you had a specialist who then would have all of the patients fed, if you will, from the GP practices where they would have the patients send it into the center of the wheel to have the implants placed, and then they would go back to the outside of the wheel, and that's where the restorative would happen. And so that traditional model, and it's still existent, right? But it is dissipating, where now it's more of a direct to consumer model. Well, because in the Strawman group, that Strawman was a very powerful brand and Strawman Green, we call it, right? That they had the relationships in the specialist market. When Strawman Group made the decision to bring in a value brand like Neodent, of which I was part of that launch in 2013, 2014, we were, I don't want to say relegated, but in order to find a new market for it, if you will, it was really in the GP practices that had general dentistry side of the business and then also did full arch, also did the advanced implant procedures. So the super GPs, if you will. And watching the evolution of these practices and helping them to solve for X. So, what is it that is your biggest challenge?